Here we are in Zoho campaigns. So the first thing you need to know here is that before you do anything else is you want to set up your sync between campaigns and the CRM. So let me show you how to do that first. You're going to come over here to contacts, and you'll see down here that there are sync services. Okay. Actually, I should take one step back. Before the sync, you want to actually create a list if you haven't already. I was assuming that some of you might have already created lists, but let's maybe go into the lists first. So contacts, manage your lists. Obviously, we need a list so that the leads from the CRM can flow into. In this case, I've already created a list just called all leads. Really simple. From here, you just create the list, call it a name. We'll call this one all contacts. And then they're going to ask you to put in a little message here that goes into the footer of your email campaigns. And you just put something like, you're receiving this email because you agreed to receive communications from Centurion. Okay, and then create. Very, very simple. And then they'll ask you, do you want to add contacts, import contacts, sync contacts? And so from here, really what you want to do is sync the contacts. And you'll see right away it says from Zoho CRM. And then you'll get this, kind of immediate sync there. You can create the sync. And then they'll ask you which module you want to sync. And, in this case, I've already created the lead sync. So what I might do here is just jump over to that one, but really very straightforward, folks. You just come in here, set up your list, and then create your sync, choose your module. And what we'll do is we'll jump over to the sync now that I've already created. So come back here and go to sync services. And you'll see here, you've got a bunch of different applications you can sync from. You'll notice here with Zoho CRM, I have one active sync. So let's take a look at that. You'll see that it's going to leads and the retrieval type is immediate. Let's jump in and take a look at it. So one thing they're going to ask you to do when you're creating a sync is they're going to ask you to set up mapping. So this is where we are going to connect those fields I was showing you on the CRM lead record over to your email marketing list. So what you'll see here is that these custom fields, which I built, so service area in here, I've mapped that into a service area field in Zoho campaigns. So you'll see here at the top, these are CRM fields that are being pulled from Zoho CRM, and these are the campaign fields, right? And you'll see that I've mapped across things like industry and in this case, the cloud platform. Now you remember that I just added that new drop-down list for company size. So what we can do here is we can jump into the CRM fields list and just look for that. So we've got, oh, there it is, company size. And then you'll see that here now. Zoho campaigns doesn't necessarily always automatically have a corresponding field, especially because, I'm just making them up right now. So in this case, I would just call it new field and add it. And there it is. And so you'll see company size is now mapped to a company size in campaign, and then I'm just going to initiate that. And that'll, you should expect it to take a few minutes to sync before all the data comes over. But the nice thing is here is that once they're synced, folks, all of these leads, anything that's a lead, and any of those fields you've specified in mapping, they're automatically just going to flow over. So this is super important. It means that the moment a lead is added from your website into the CRM, so we're making a certain assumption here that you folks already have your web forms connected to the CRM. If you don't, you should definitely do so. If we can, talk to us after, we can definitely help you if that's something you've yet to implement, but it's very straightforward. And then so assuming you have your web forms from your website linked to the CRM, a new lead comes into the CRM. From there, that lead will automatically flow into this leads list through the sync, and your anyone in the CRM can enrich that lead, knowing they might know a little bit about that lead beyond what was filled in the form. You might do a little bit of research on the company because they filled in the company field in the form, and all that data now can flow over to this list, right? So if we look at your list now and we look at all leads, we're in the leads list, and we're looking at the contacts that are involved here. Now we have this list of leads and we have your segmented data. So in this case, I've just filled this out for one example where we have somebody that is actually in the target market area, which is, is an insurance company, is a good target for this service area, and is on the cloud platform we want to